We are ready to begin our felting project today. So to begin, you are going to get to choose your felt color. You're going to need a block of foam, and then you will also have one of those needles that we've talked about. So your felt, we are going to create a face on our felt on 1/2. So it fits almost perfectly on this block, and I'm going to kind of wrap it around. I only want to felt on one side. If you notice in my finished example, we're going to make it into kind of a pillow, if you'd like to call it that, or a pouch. So we are felting on one side, and then the back side will be empty, and we are going to end up just kind of gluing around this edge and stuffing it with some polyfill or some fluffy stuff that you would find in pillows. So there are two things that you are going to be able to felt. There's this woolly yarn, so you're going to find this around the room, and then you can also just use yarn. So this wool yarn we do not need a lot of. If you notice how tiny this is, it just looks like a little dust bunny. You are going to pull it and need just a little bit. So a monster, you need to create eyes, a nose, and a mouth. So whatever you want that to look like, you can. So I'm going to use a little piece here, and I'm going to make some red eyes. So I'm guessing that this is going to look a little bit angry if the color is red. I also have a popsicle stick so that my finger is not in the way of my needle. My popsicle stick is going to kind of guide it. So all I'm doing is I am pushing this yarn straight down. And you can hear it sticking into the fabric. And my popsicle stick is kind of shaping as I go. So I am right-handed. So I'm using my right hand with the needle. My left hand is doing the guiding with that popsicle stick. I just don't want my fingers in the way of this needle. So I have it lightly tacked down. I'm going to keep pushing down, trying to get this fairly flat. There's not like a certain amount of time or punches that you have to do to get the needle to stick, or the felt to stick in. If I pull this up, you will see it's kind of coming through the foam, and it's pushing into that block that gets it to stick. So I don't want big chunks that I can actually pull out. I want to punch it down with my needle as best as I can, and then I'm ready to move on. So if you would want to do maybe outlining or something with yarn, the yarn is something you can actually cut. So this has kind of a funny edge. I'm just going to cut that off. The wool, we never cut. We would just pull. I'm going to shape this into maybe a real eye. So what I'm first going to do is just lightly tack it down. So that means I'm just doing a little bit around the whole shape. And once I kind of have the basic shape on, if there's something I don't like, it will pull right out because I'm not really pushing very hard. Then I would maybe trim this off. So with the scissors, I can just cut it off. And now I am going to go back around, really pushing in more. So I would continue this. Today, you can use as many colors of yarn or wool as you need. If you're getting yarn from the yarn station, you really don't need a lot. Just maybe a hand length, so like as long as this part of your hand. I am not going to continue the whole video and finish this monster, but maybe this monster has just one eye, and maybe I have like eyelashes coming out or a big funny eyebrow. You need some kind of a nose and a mouth. If you're kind of stretched for room, it's okay to move this felt up a little bit to have more room, but you really want to think about where that's going to get folded in half to create your pillow. Okay? So you are going to be super creative today and safe. We talked a lot about the safety of this project and how sharp this tool is. We want to be super careful. This is a 2-day project, so you will not need to finish it on day 1. Day 2 you will have plenty of time to felt and then finish it off into the pillow.